Hello there, fellow Monster Madness ghouls and goblins. You're currently hearing the voice of a girl with no name, and it's here with very, very clear intentions to sound the alarm. Before you listen any further, beware that frightful spoilers and deliciously explicit language lie ahead. For once you find yourself in the midst of those telltale bumps in the night and the haunting howls of host laughter and cinematic judgment, there is no turning back. Choose wisely.
I don't know.
Is everybody okay?
That was an animal.
Good, you're bleeding!
It's not mine. It must have been a dog or something. Jesus Christ, my fucking car! Fuck! Can't you see where you're going? Look, it came out of nowhere. I didn't see it.
Dog couldn't have done that.
Yeah, well, a fucking deer could. Look, you dropped your bottle. I was just trying to... My dad's gonna freak on my ass.
It's an accident. Leave him alone. Where is it? If it was a deer, then where is it?
Look, man, maybe it ran off.
I hope so. I hope we didn't kill it.
Fuck that. Let's go.
Oh my God.
No way.
Oh my God.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Monster Madness, a podcast dedicated to all sorts of creature features and beyond. My name is Erica. Hi, how are you? Join with me are two dudes who I know what they did last summer. Absolutely nothing. We have Dan.
Hey, we had a baby.
And Matt.
I thought about making the exact same joke you just made when I was watching this movie. I was like, oh, I know what you did last summer. Nothing like everyone fucking else.
We didn't have a baby last summer.
Oh, no. That was 2 summers ago.
Holy shit, is she 14 now?
Before we get into the typical hubbub of the show, we would like to give you our social media plugs. We are here on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and all other obscure social media platforms. Matt is on Twitch from time to time playing a bunch of different games. You can find him on twitch.tv/monstermadnesspod. We also have a Discord channel if you'd like to join us. We talk about an array of topics, everything from the band Creed to what we had for dinner. So if that's something you'd like to partake in, please come and join. If you'd like to support our show, you can come on over to Patreon or join our coffee site. All the links will be posted in the show notes. So for this episode of Monster Madness, we will be talking about the 1997 film I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Don't you see? He's got us now. Okay, this is exactly what he wants. We can't go to the police. Not now. He's made sure of that. He's just out there and he's watching us and waiting. What are you waiting for, huh? What are you waiting for?
I Know What You Did Last Summer came out in 1997. It's rated R. It runs anywhere between an hour and 39 to an hour and 41 minutes, depending on the cut that you watch. It stars Jennifer Love Hewitt, Sarah Michelle Gellar, Anne Heche, Ryan Phillippe, Freddie Prinze Jr., Muse Watson, and Bridget Wilson. It was written, the novelization was Lois Duncan in the 80s, I believe, and then the screenplay was Kevin Williamson, which you may find that name kind of familiar because he wrote the previous movie, Scream. Yes, yes. Some taglines for I Know What You Did Last Summer are, he's got a hook on them, ... Welcome to Southport, the perfect small town, but beneath the surface there are secrets that just won't stay buried. From the writer of Scream comes a terrifying new experience that won't die. What started as a new beginning is becoming a dead end. Ugh. The mistake they made is coming back to haunt them. Not all secrets stay buried. For the last year, 4 friends have kept the secret. Jesus Christ, there's so many. Nobody saw him step out. Nobody saw them kill him. Nobody could have imagined the terror to follow. If you're going to bury the truth, make sure it stays buried. Someone knows their secret. Someone knows they're scared. And someone knows what they did last summer. That one was better. Someone's got a hook to wield. And fucking finally, this secret is about to kill them.
When you said "and fucking finally," I'm like, oh wow, that's an aggressive tagline that they're having right now.
Well, they had so fucking many.
Yeah, but as we've discussed previously, movies in the 90s and before seem to have like like a literal half dozen fucking taglines for some reason.
Yeah, but then there's like some that have none whatsoever. They have one, and people just go with it, and it's fine. But then why do you need that many taglines?
Could
Is
it
my
be
question.
Due to like commercials and stuff are probably different.
Probably, but
maybe
how many
more-
TV spots did they need?
Yeah, what about radio? You could be
Mhm.
saying the tagline over the radio.
Do they still do that on the radio? Like, ooh, coming from another Marvel movie. I don't know. I don't really listen to the radio too much, but I digress. Is there a budget for this film, Matthew?
$17 million.
Ooh, what did it gross? I actually am curious about that.
$125.3 million.
All right.
Jeez.
Which blew my mind because I don't remember, and I'm sure we'll get into this, but I don't remember anyone really liking this movie. I don't remember liking this movie, and then I rewatched it and realized I don't like this movie.
Well, I think I had only seen this maybe one other time prior, and it was easily 15 years ago.
Yeah.
Because I fell in line, obviously, as if you all remember from the last episode.
Well-
Scream is my jam. This was weak sauce.
Typo negative cover of Summer Breeze over the beginning of the movie was so fucking on the nose.
This was actually written before Scream.
If you're a fan of Scream and you go, oh, this guy, also produced this, I'm going to go see it.
And that's the thing. I generally like the stuff that Kevin Williamson puts out. He did Halloween H2O, Scream, Teaching Mrs. Tingle. He wrote for a slew of TV shows. Like, the guy can write very well. But this just wasn't it. But let's hear the plot of the movie before we completely drag it.
Could be the way that it was shot.
Okay, let me go get Barf so we can just put his butthole on the microphone and he can fart for 5 minutes. That'll be better than the plot.
I did actually forget that Anne Heche was in this movie, and the whole time I just kept humming Anne Heche's Buttholes theme song in my head.
I don't remember what did she do in this movie?
She was...
Oh, she was, Missy Egan. It didn't look like her. I just pulled up her picture and I'm like, I don't remember seeing her. And then I saw the name.
She's got toe thumbs. Bugs me.
I was thinking having them thumb wrestle.
Ew, no. There was this show I used to watch when I was like a younger kid. It was called Degrassi. And this Degrassi Next Generation. It's on HBO Max. And I'm not even going to lie. I've rewatched it since. But
Jay and Silent Bob were in an episode.
yeah, he was actually in 3. He directed 3 episodes. And
Oh, I had the DVD and they were just as shown as one on the DVD.
Motherfuck, what? What? You watched Degrassi?
Just the Jay and Silent, because I saw it was Jay and Silent Bob do Degrassi and it was on a DVD and I bought that to watch Jay and Silent Bob. I legitimately, hand to God, and I would admit it, that's all the Degrassi I've ever seen.
Okay, fine, I accept. Well, if actually in those episodes, the guy I'm about to talk about is who I'm about to make fun of. I think his name in real life is Jake Epstein, but he played a character called Craig Manning on the show, and he was the rock star of Degrassi. He played guitar, he had a band, blah, blah, blah. And, 13, 14, 15-year-old Erica thought he was so cute with his shaggy hair and the fact that he played music, blah, blah, blah. And I remember even at a young teenager watching it and then seeing a close-up of his hands as he played guitar, and he has a fucking toe thumb. Deal breaker. Let me see your thumb, Matt. I don't know if we can be friends. Full man thumb. Man thumb. Man thumbs.
I got those too. Freedom Rockets.
Take 2 of these and call me in the morning, motherfucker.
I got your medicine right here. Pew, pew. Okay. All right. Fucking the plot of this turd. July 4th, 1996, Southport, North Carolina. Julie James and her friend Ray Branson, Helen Shivers. I hate the name Helen Shivers. And Barry Cox.
Wait, already. I forgot her last name was Shivers.
Yep. Me too.
Do you recall what her sister's name is?
Fuck no, but I need to look this up.
Elsa Shivers?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Let it go.
No,
Let
stop
it
that.
go.
No, stop that.
I will not.
Shh. Well, driving
Okay, but
along coastal...
Wait, no, we already skipped the thing I wanted to talk about.
Damn.
What's that?
You skipped the fucking beach part.
I'm reading the fucking plot synopsis on Wikipedia. It went from Cox to driving along a coastal byway. I don't know what you want from me.
Okay, well.
Sex scene.
Yeah, thank you. So, I need to talk about this because I have been talking his ear off about it incessantly because we started.
I'm sorry for your loss, Dan.
He knew
No
what
sex on the beach.
he knew what he was signing up for. No, that's not it. My issue is, first of all, safe sex, kids. Second off, if presented with Freddie Prinze Jr. and his doughy little eyes, fine. He's cute, whatever. Bang him. You know, fucking. I wouldn't kick him out of bed for eating crackers. You know what I'm saying? But would I want to lose my virginity on a dark ass beach with no blanket and just straight sand up my ass?
You and I
No.
did have this discussion.
Did we?
Yeah, because I was like, yeah, just fucking hose me off. You're like, it's harder to do that for women. And I'm like, that's your problem, not mine.
Oh, yeah, true. Just fucking pressure wash your balls. I can't do that.
Yep. Isn't that just like, this man's world? So just fucking hose me off.
Sand can get in places that you just can't hose out, friends. Either way.
Like your toes.
Yeah, like your toes. It bugs me because they're...
Summer's Eve. Summer's Eve, that's the douche. Okay, sorry.
Yes, that is. As someone who worked at a pharmacy for 4 years, yes, many Summer's Eves were sold. Not to me, to others.
I
Anyway.
didn't think it was to you.
Well, I need to disclaim that. They don't know me. You know me.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Listeners don't, which there's no shame. You buy your Summer's Eve. This episode is not sponsored by Summer's Eve, but if it wanted to be, it could be. No shame in that game.
Monster Mad for 20% off your douche order.
All three of us would use the products. Anyway.
I got a bidet. I don't need a douche.
True, you fancy, clean butthole motherfucker.
I know what I'm using when I come over to your house.
So yeah, that was number one that bugged me because I would be like, I'd rather fuck on a rock, or there was a boat behind them, an abandoned fucking holy ass boat. Something. They also had a car.
The other two were in the car.
No, they weren't. They were on sand too, but I think they had a blanket.
Oh.
Yeah,
They took
but
the blanket.
I still, either way, I believe that the idea or the concept of sex on the beach is sexy.
It's not.
I didn't say it was, and the logistics, I agree, they're not ideal. Sorry. But I do genuinely think that there is some sort of mystique to sex on a beach and how it's like this amazing, fantastic thing.
I get to hear the waves in the background.
Yeah, I'd be like, is there? I would genuinely be afraid that a crab would like bite my ass or something.
The crab a crit.
So that was my first issue. My second issue is when they came back to walk to the car, they are not even a little bit covered in sand. Nothing. Not a fleck of sand.
What do you clean up with too when you're on the beach?
Yeah, that was his. He's like, where are they wiping? They just chilling and everything, and I'm like, gross.
Yeah. Now that we got your beach sex out of the way, can I continue?
Yeah, I guess.
All right. While driving along a coastal byway, they accidentally hit a pedestrian. Julie's friend Max passes them on the road. Julie reassures Max of their well-being, and he leaves. This Wikipedia page is written like a fucking child, by the way.
Sounds it?
It's like 6 words, period. 6 words, period.
No one cares about this movie, period.
No, yeah, I know. So I'm just getting out of the way. I'm not the one that sounds like an idiot. It's the person who wrote this that sounds like an idiot.
True.
The group decides to dump the body in the water, but the pedestrian wakes up and attacks Helen. She struggles. He falls into the water. The group flees the docks and swears to never discuss what happened.
They totally forgot the part where the other
Roll
guy
credits. Movie's over.
rolls down.
That would be a good movie.
The kids go to the cops and discuss what happened, and the movie's over.
What about they think that
right.
the one guy's barfing? Why the other?
Oh, yeah. I mean, this Wikipedia page has 0 details. Let's point out the fact that Ryan Phillippe would totally have been fucking murdered. Let's just say on average, 150-pound grown-ass man comes wielding towards him as he's out on the sunroof and whacks him in the face.
That is a really good point.
His fucking back would have broken. 100%. It just, ugh.
Fingers crossed.
Wait, you're not a Ryan Phillippe fan?
I didn't realize he was married to Reese Witherspoon, or was for 8 years.
Very much was. Sarah Michelle Gellar and Freddie Prinze met on the set of this movie.
They were married too?
They are still married.
Oh, they're still married. Oh, get it, son.
Yeah, they've been together for, you know, 97? So over 25 years? 25 years?
Guess there goes my chance with her.
We discussed earlier, though, how it was a bummer that it looks like Jennifer Love Hewitt has gotten work done.
I was going to say, I got to look up what Sarah Michelle Gellar still looks like right now.
She has aged very well. She has embraced and aged very gracefully. I think she's still gorgeous.
I need a mile of shit to see where it came from.
That's a Mikey saying right there.
I love you, Mikey. Does he listen to this?
He downloads it.
Nah,
but
no, he doesn't.
I don't think
It's
he
okay,
does.
just say no.
He loves you, though.
I love him so much harder. I didn't realize I said that out loud.
It bums me out because Jennifer Love Hewitt, gorgeous girl.
I agree.
Definitely got her nose thinned for some reason. Maybe like a little bump removed of some sort. It's just a bummer because she's gorgeous without it. But, you know, not my place.
This is going to be very off topic, but it sucks that she felt a need to alter her appearance in any way. And I agree with you.
It's like the Jennifer Grey thing. Jennifer Grey, before she got that nose job from Ferris Bueller and Dirty Dancing.
Dirty Dancing.
That chick.
I like how offended Dan was that you didn't remember Dirty Dancing.
Oh, because
We practice that pose all the time.
no, we do not.
That's what we do right before lovemaking.
I've had the time of my life, and we haven't even done it yet.
And then Dan just goes, "You're about to."
Jennifer Grey was not like your atypical, you know, Hollywood beauty, but she was gorgeous. And the second she got that nose job, nobody recognized her. And she has claimed that's like one of the biggest regrets of her life because she literally became a nobody. I remember her most from Ferris Bueller's Day Off as like the younger sister because her scenes were hilarious. No, I think she's younger.
Pretty sure she was older.
No, she's younger because Ferris was graduating. She was still in school.
I always thought she was older. I didn't even put two and two together that she was graduating.
Yeah, bitch.
Huh.
Come at me.
I'm admitting that you are right.
I know. It's very rare that people do that, so I'm just always on the defense. But yeah, I think it's like one of those things. Like, you know, people in Hollywood, you know, more often than not, women get work done because they'll think it'll add some youth to them, and it honestly just makes them blend into the background when they have this unique beauty about them. It's a bummer.
No, I think guys get stuff done too. Look at all the old actors that like trying to have tight skin and everything. Like, you know,
someone tried to give Mickey, I think is it Mickey Rourke? Mickey Rourke the excuse like, oh, he was a boxer. Ugh. What the fuck?
No.
I saw an interview that he did the other day because like he was talking about Johnny Depp and like gold digging and all this other stuff. And I was like, that's Mickey Rourke now? The last time I saw him, he was in Iron Man 2? He doesn't even look like that anymore. It's like he got a fucking face transplant. It's wild. And then I saw a picture of what he looked like before any plastic surgery.
Sorry, he looked pretty rough in The Wrestler, which came out in 2008. So Iron Man 2 is 2010. But you're right. He looks way worse now.
It's crazy.
He's crazy, girl.
It's so crazy.
Yeah, holy shit. All right. We got to get back on track.
I'm sorry.
This is going to be a fucking 4-hour-long episode.
I'm sorry.
So the friends have gone their separate ways. Julie receives a letter with no address stating, "I know what you did last summer." Dun, dun, dun. Julie tracks down Helen. They take a note to Barry, who suspects Max. They confront Max on the docks. Barry threatens him with a hook. Julie meets Ray, who now works as a fisherman. Later, Max is killed by a figure in a rain slicker wielding a hook. Later that night, Barry discovers a picture on his car in his gym locker saying, "I know," on the back of it. He is then ambushed by the same assailant, stealing and driving his car.
Dun, dun, dun. So, in the interim of, you know, the summer, the year that has passed, Jennifer Love Hewitt has gone from your girl next door to this greasy-haired little goth chick who's just...
That was weird to me. Yeah, they like took away her bathing budget.
Yeah. I don't know why that's a thing. I mean depression, sometimes you don't bathe, I get it, but
yeah, I think it was their way of, sorry, I keep cutting off, but I feel like it was their way of showing an outward form of like how the guilt has taken over.
I just thought they showed it as like she's not all that now. She's just like a normal person in town than being like the limelight of the town.
Maybe. I mean, Helen was supposed to go to New York. Helen now works with Elsa at Elsa's, you know, boutique, what have you. Ray never wanted to be a fisherman because that was what his dad did, even though he didn't know him.
I just feel like they made it everything the opposite. Like she was really well put together, and then now you see it, and she's not. Disheveled and lot
so darker.
I think they just
Can we just admit that there's a lot of holes holes in the story of this movie.
For sure.
There's a lot of holes in everything of this movie.
But I think the person it affected most was Julie, which is Jennifer Love Hewitt's character, because everyone else seemed to be just kind of living their life. Barry is, fucking does not give a shit about what happened at all. At all.
No, because he's a piece of shit.
Yeah, well, he's like the rich kid of the group. Everything's given to him.
Julie, Helen, and Barry are supposed to be like the rich kids, and Ray, the fisherman, is supposed to be like the poor one of the group, because like that was his big thing. He kept saying, he's like, I can't afford a good lawyer. I'm not rich like you guys. This will ruin me.
I also saw it as like, because the whole leading up to it, they're like, oh, daddy's gonna be mad. You messed up the car.
Yeah.
Well, I think it was more of like when you see him, like he's obviously not at his house, it's at his dad's house, and he has nothing going on, so it shows the loser that he is, because he's just there.
Most dudes like that are losers. They talk a big talk, like, oh yeah, I have all this money, I'm going to be this big football player, because like in the book that Lois Duncan wrote, because I'm fairly certain I read it a very long time ago, I don't recall at all. Barry is actually supposed to be like this big brooding football player. You look at Ryan Phillippe, he's not a quarterback at all.
No.
He's like a tennis player.
Ryan
What
Phillips,
is tennis?
Max? Barry.
Sorry,
I'm trying to look up in the book synopsis what Barry's girlfriend, Barry. I thought it'd be a little quicker to figure out what type of character Barry was in the book.
Football player. He was a football player. He was the quarterback. And they still kept the quarterback line in the movie. It just, he does not fit that mold to me. He just looks like a pompous little, rich boy. Because, like, even Max makes the comments. He's like, I'm going to kick your college quarterback ass. Which I'm like, that's a good oneer. You got him with that. Hit him where it hurts.
All right. Julie researches newspaper articles believing that the man they ran over was a local named David Egan. Helen and Julie meet with David's sister Missy at her home. Missy explains that their family was devastated by David's death, that a friend of his named Billy Blue visited her to pay his respects. That night, the killer sneaks into Helen's house, cuts off her hair while she sleeps, and writes "soon" in lipstick on her mirror.
Pretty fucked up. Not gonna lie. There's two scenes, and they both involve Helen, where I'm just like, okay, that's creepy. That is one, and when you get to the next one, it's probably the only scene in the movie when I was younger and watched it, and I was like, ooh, that's kind of creepy.
Well, you know what I found really creepy? If my roommate was fucking that hard, I would walk out.
You're talking about the wrong movie.
Mm-hmm.
In this movie, she walks in on the roommate. Right
That's
before.
Urban Legend we were watching.
Mm-hmm.
Are you drunk?
No, I just had a dumb moment.
Well, I mean, they're really hand in hand.
Cut that out.
I was going to say, in Dan's defense, these two movies are very interchangeable for a number of reasons outside of like overarching story, but like everyone that's involved in both of them, you could literally fucking swap them out and no one would even know.
Yeah, and we literally watched the movies back to back. It's okay.
I did have a dumb moment because her roommate was
Danielle Harris.
Was the other chick, and it was like that small room.
I know. I was actually surprised that she was old enough to be in that movie, and then I realized that those Halloween movies came out in the 80s. I was like, yeah, she would be a grown-ass woman now.
Yeah, and she's like fucking 4'11".
I'll make that comment next week then.
There you go.
Yeah, I stood next to her once, and I was like, oh my God, you're so tiny.
I love you so much.
Yeah, I love you. She was pushing a stroller with a child around. It made me feel very dirty.
We can give it up for adoption.
I was more impressed with the fact that she brought her children to fucking horror conventions.
Be like, hey, motherfuckers, this whole lifestyle is what has paid for all your shit.
Oh,
could be the excuse to leave too. Like, I gotta leave. Kids are upset.
Either way, she was incredibly nice.
She showed her tits in the Halloween movies, didn't she? Not the 1980 ones.
The Rob Zombie ones.
The Rob Sucky ones, yeah. Because doesn't she like run out of the house like with boobs just flopping around? Her murder was fucked up in those movies. It was brutal.
She was topless in a movie. I was trying to figure out what movie this is from. It doesn't say.
Oh wait, she didn't die. She didn't die in Halloween. Right. I forgot because I've actually never finished the sequel to the.
It's okay.
Okay.
Don't bother. Just don't bother.
I saw that white horse thing and I was like off.
I saw that fucking turd in the theater.
Oh.
I've never been so upset to see a movie in the theater.
So you felt like the need that you have to. Have you ever actually walked out on a movie?
No. I don't know why. It's not like, oh, I paid for this. Someone to watch. Like, I fucking left a sporting event yesterday that I paid a lot more money than I've ever paid for a movie for because it was fucking raining and just not having fun anymore.
Yeah.
So it's not that. I don't know why I've never... Because I know 90 minutes to 2 hours. If I hate the movie, I generally see how long it's going to be and then just watch the time to leave.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what it is. Like, I know when it's going to be over.
Okay.
Yeah, no, and it's nothing like, oh, I paid for it. Fucking whatever, it's money. I would go make more.
Exactly.
All right, so the following morning, Julie finds Max's corpse wearing Barry's stolen jacket covered in crabs. The first time I read that, I read it as carbs. Like, so they just fucking threw pasta on him.
Ugh.
Yeah, laugh, you pasta-loving bitch.
I do love it. I had pasta for dinner tonight.
I know. There's one thing I know about you. It's that you are just a fucking pasta.
I will never have a 6-pack because of pasta.
That and chicken fucking nuggets.
Those are for my kids.
Chicken.
Those are for my kids.
There's nothing wrong with eating chicken nuggets. I have
understand.
chicken nuggets in my freezer, and I don't have children.
I understand. I'm just
And
saying.
potatoes and rice,
Oh.
noodles, fucking beer is a carb.
I made some mashed potatoes the other day, and they
Oh,
turned
they're
out
so good.
really good.
They were really good.
Don't turn it to me.
Yeah,
Sorry.
keep rubbing your mouth on your mic like that.
This is my mustache, by the way. But when she calls the others, the body and the crabs are missing. Julie, Helen, and Barry confront Ray about the recent events. The latter claims to have received a threatening letter. Julie goes back to visit Missy, while Barry and Helen participate in the 4th of July parade. Missy reveals David allegedly committed suicide out of guilt of the death of his girlfriend, Susie Willis, in a car accident, and David's suicide note to Julie. As the writing matches the note received, Julie realizes it's not a suicide note, but a death threat. This is so difficult to read. I'm trying to read it with the actual punctuation, and it is hurting my head.
I'm sorry.
That's fine. At the Croker beauty pageant, Helen witnesses Barry being murdered on the balcony. She rushes upstairs with the police officer, but finds no sign of the killer or Barry. Police officer is escorting Helen home when the killer lures him into an alley, murders him. Helen runs to her family's house, her family's store, where her sister Elsa is closing for the night. The killer enters the store, murders Elsa. Helen is then chased upstairs, escapes through a window, falling into an alleyway. She runs towards the street, but the killer stops her, slashes her to death, and her screams unheard by the ongoing parade.
Do you think people actually wear that trench coat? Is that a thing that people would wear down there?
I thought of that because this is obviously 4th of July.
This is Maine.
As my father would say, 4th of July. I don't know why he says it like that, but he does.
Love you, Mikey.
I know. He's a character. I was thinking that when they were in the parade and everybody who was involved in this I Know What You Did Last Summer murder cover-up thing. I'm like, why are so many men in these fucking fisherman things on 4th of July? It's fucking hot. Wouldn't you be sweltering under that leather?
Yeah, I just thought that doesn't look like a summer attire, especially.
It's not
at all. Or even if it was raining, but
nope.
No,
North Carolina. I don't know if North Carolina is as swazzy as South Carolina, but would it be as menacing if the killer just showed up in a fucking some sort of a face hood, a hat, and just a hook and a Speedo?
I just feel like that's the jacket.
He's dressed for the weather.
Like the jacket and the hat. It's just, that's something that you're going to hang on a hook on your boat.
When you're done.
Yeah, because it's going to smell like shit.
Gotta go over the parade.
It's going to smell bad.
The thing here is that you're forced, or there's an assumed suspense of disbelief for the fact that you would not wear a full-length slicker and hat and the whole fucking shebang in the middle of summer in Carolina, North or South. I wouldn't wear it in Wisconsin in the summer, let alone anywhere south of here.
Can you be Hookman for Halloween?
Fuck yeah.
I just want to see you in a slicker.
Amazon Slickers. City Slickers. Ooh, that's a good movie. Can we watch City Slickers?
Sure.
I just was it also goes to the region of where that beach is. It just seems like it's out of the question. You wouldn't see that heavy of gear. Maybe if it's Maine, but not there.
No, not even in Maine. I can attest to that. I've gone to Maine many a summers for weeks at a time. I've
really?
never. Yeah, my great grandparents lived. Yeah, my great grandparents lived there. We
It
used
could
to
be
go.
colder.
We used to go every summer.
I can get a Slicker for $32.99 on Amazon right now. I don't give a fuck.
Are you drunk enough to buy it?
Don't do it, because all of a sudden a fucking rain slicker's gonna show up, and Alyssa's gonna be like, "Why is there a rain slicker?" Now I want a rain slicker.
But think about if it's if you need to mow the lawn and it's raining.
You could just drum in your rain slicker.
Just fucking, yeah. Guys, I got a new show get up. It's a rain slicker.
I just want you to buy it and then
I just want to wear it so I can flap it.
Just wear the hook.
No, I just want you to buy it.
Walk into a room and just go.
And sit on your new couch with it and have something on. And Alyssa just walks out and you're just wearing a slicker.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
So that scene where Helen's in the boutique. Well, first of all, the death shot of Elsa is really cool. I'll give this movie that. That's the best shot of this movie is when Elsa gets fucking just the blood splatter. That was really cool. Mm-hmm. I like that. I was like, A+ right there. And the whole cloak and dagger of Helen going through the boutique and everything's like shrouded in like that fucking whatever. And you can't tell where fucking Hookman is. Is he Hookman? Is that his name? Is that what his fucking, slasher name is?
No.
What is it?
The Fisherman.
The Fisherman. Hookman is scarier.
Which is worse than Hookman.
Whatever. I know what you did last summer, man. We don't know where he is at all.
IKYWTD, man.
That was a little suspenseful, and I remember seeing that as a kid, and I was like, "Oh, I don't like that." Because who likes fucking creepy dudes hiding in the dark? Nobody. Maybe Matt, but not me. So I was like, okay, A+ for this whole scene. That's all that gets an A+ in this movie, though. Please continue.
Julie finds an article mentioning Susie's father, Ben Willis, realizes that Ben was the man they ran over moments after he killed David to avenge his daughter. She goes to the docks to tell Ray, but notices Ray's boot is called Billy Blue and flees from him. Fisherman appears, knocks Ray unconscious, inviting Julie to hide on his boat. On the boat, she finds photos and articles about her and her friends and pictures of Susie. The boat leaves the docks. The fisherman is revealed to be Ben Willis. He chases Julie below the deck, where she uncovers the bodies of his victims, including Helen, Barry, and the boat's icebox. Ray regains consciousness, steals the motorboat to rescue Julie, ultimately using the rigging to sever Ben's hand, send him overboard. When Julie and Ray are questioned by the police, they deny knowing why Ben attempted to kill them. I fucking hated that part, but are relieved not to have actually killed anyone. And reconcile. Is it in the second one where like Will Benson is the killer? Where they're like, oh, it's Will Ben's son.
Literally have no idea.
You don't know? Okay. Because I was waiting for it in this movie and I was like, what the fuck?
Well, that scene where she's like, what are you waiting for? I thought that was in the second one.
I fucking hated that scene. It's so dumb.
You are not the only one that hated that scene. Jennifer Love Hewitt herself hated that scene. Because you know why?
Really? I didn't know that.
Hold on, let me check.
I love you, Jennifer Love Hewitt. I know you're listening.
Let me just check something real quick.
You pull out the world's largest fucking iPad. And just while you're looking it up, let me just get through this last line. Is that okay?
Okay. Yes, that's fine.
A year later, 1998, Julie's in college in Boston. She's entering the shower and notices the words, I still know, written in steam on the shower door. Moments later, a dark figure crashes through it as Julie screams.
Movie credits. Okay, so it's not a Questions of the Damned. So apparently there was like a contest for kids to direct someone could direct a scene in this movie, and a kid won. And the scene that kid directed was the "What are you waiting for" scene. He came up with that, and Jennifer Love Hewitt was like, "This is fucking dumb. This is gonna be terrible," and it's the most memorable scene in the movie. That people bring up to her and like talk to her about, like, oh, what are you waiting for? I mean, she looks pretty agitated when she's doing it. I just chalked it up to semi-okay acting, but no, she's legit mad at this little fucking 8-year-old who's like, so spin around in a circle and just say, what are you waiting for? Like, where's this guy?
But,
like
you said, it is the most memorable scene. It's dumb. I think it's memorable for being dumb. That 8-year-old child should reassess their life. And Jennifer Love Hewitt did a pretty good job making it memorable.
I find that the women of this movie did a pretty good job. I'll even give, even though I don't like him, Ryan Phillippe did a good job playing an asshole. I didn't like him that means he did his fucking job. I did not like him. Fucking Freddie Prinze Jr. is probably one of the worst actors ever. There's a fucking scene. And you know what? It kind of plays into the fact that he does eventually play Fred in the Scooby-Doo fucking movie. But it's after they hit the guy and they have the flashlights and he sees him. And, you know, Jennifer Love Hewitt screams. He's like, no way! Like fucking straight out of a cartoon. It's so bad. It's horrible. I can't get over it at all.
But that's his character.
No way. Like it's I'm going to insert the clip somewhere in this episode. You're going to hear it. It's fucking bad.
Sounds like I'll actually listen to an episode now.
You should. It's a good show. I don't want to toot my own horn, but
I hate listening to myself talk.
Oh, get over it. I listen to you all talk and myself talk hours on end because I edit the shit.
Yeah, but you're a much more professional person than I am.
I don't know about that. But he was just really bad. Like I'm trying to think of like other movies that Freddie Prinze Jr. has been in. He plays the goof of Fred really well in those few movies that he did. Like those movies are really funny. And Sarah Michelle Gellar plays Velma, so it all works. He's in She's All That, which I don't believe in guilty pleasures, but I guess if that was a thing, like if that's a thing, that's definitely a guilty pleasure movie.
There's no such thing as guilty pleasures. It's just things that you like.
Exactly. I fucking love that movie for how corny it is and just how ridiculous it is. And Matthew Lillard's in it, so I love that man.
Does he drool?
Oh yeah, 100%. 100%. Because I think
have I ever told you, like, there's very few movies that Matthew Lillard's in that he is not drooling.
True. SLC Punk drool. Fucking Scream definitely
Hackers,
drool.
he drools.
Hackers drool.
Yep.
He just has like an overactive saliva gland.
God, he's so good. Like, I genuinely do like him though. So
do I. And he's like I love that he's a big nerd too, because I think he has his own line of like Dungeons and Dragons things.
Probably.
That's cool.
Yeah.
If I ever meet him, which it's on my list of things to do before I die, I just want him to yell "Hack the Planet" for me.
Yeah. So I could talk. I don't really want to talk about this movie that much.
I don't want to talk about this movie.
So don't.
Some people really love this movie, and I respect that. The poster art is good. The story itself is weak sauce. The only reason that this was made is because Scream was made. It was literally on shelves collecting dust because it was weak prior to Scream, because the screenplay was written before Scream. So there's a reason why that one didn't get picked up. But I digress. If you like this movie, again.
What was this one rated?
R.
And there was no nudity?
Trash!
There's no nudity in Scream either.
Mm-mm.
There's a sex scene.
There's gore, and in the 90s,
that's R.
I think that was a bigger deal then.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. When you're boiling things down to fucking ratings, if you're older than like 13, I don't give it, like, you know what I mean? Like, you fucking watch what you want. Like, I gauge ratings and like show my kids movies based on my judgment of like, oh, is this appropriate for them? Clearly, I don't want them to see a movie like this at 5 and almost 2. But, you know, if they were 12 and they're like, Mom, let's watch a scary movie, this one isn't a bad one to start off with because the gore, quote unquote, is very weak sauce.
And there's no nudity, so that'd be good for young kids.
Yeah, I don't remember there being much visible blood, if any.
Just the Elsa scene, really.
Yeah.
When it splashes on the wall. And like when Max gets his cheek cut by the hook, but that's it. But, you know, whatevers.
Yeah, it's not bad.
At the end of the plot, at the end of the day, we still always have questions of the damned. All right, Matt, since you're not chugging a beer right now, what was the name of the beach the couples go on to fuck? Dawson's Beach, Amity Beach, Crystal Cove Beach, or Cannon Beach?
Could you say the last two again? Because I think it's one of those two.
Crystal Cove or Cannon Beach. So we got Dawson's.
I'm going with Crystal Cove.
Fuck.
Sorry.
That's your final answer?
Yes, and I'm guessing I'm right because Dan just gave me a fuck.
No, he can't see that.
No?
He can't see. I think that was his pick, but...
Oh, really?
Right.
Say them all.
Dawson's Beach, Amity Beach, Cannon Beach.
Cannon?
Guys.
Is it Dawson's to
It's
make fun of him?
Dawson's.
To make fun of him?
Yeah,
Oh,
because
fuck.
Because guess who
I knew
fucking
it.
wrote Dawson's Creek? Kevin Williamson.
You know what? I thought that there was two on the nose.
I thought that was
It's
Yeah.
never too on the nose, and you want to know why?
Because they played the little snippet of the
'Cause it's
song. I
fucking
knew it.
90s.
No, again, that's urban legend. Stop mixing your fucking movies up, bitch.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm leaving that in where you mess up the movie. So when
Ooh.
we were watching Urban Legend last night in prep for the next episode, because I was like, I thought I'd seen this movie, but I hadn't. There's a scene because Joshua Jackson's in Urban Legend and he starts his car and Paula Cole comes on. It's like, I don't want to wait. And he's like, ew, and like hits the speaker. I'm like, that's cute. Like, that's a fucking funny thing to do. I love it. Because that's like 90s was the peak of
funny.
Dawson's Creek. Everybody loved Dawson's Creek.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
Daniel,
Yeah.
how long did it take to film this movie?
Too long.
30 days, 50 days, 100 days,
Oof.
120 days. So a month, almost 2 months, a little over 3 months, or 4 months. 30, 50, 100, 120.
50.
Good job. 50 days to film this.
Yes.
All right, Matthew.
Mm-hmm.
What actress on this list wasn't considered for the role of Julie James? Wasn't. Melissa Joan Hart, Sarah Michelle Gellar, Daniel Harris, or Katie Holmes?
Fuck. I was hoping it was me the other way because I know that Melissa Joan Hart was. Can you say the names again, please?
Of course. Melissa Joan Hart, Sarah Michelle Gellar, Daniel Harris, or Katie Holmes?
Katie Holmes was real big in the 90s. So was Daniel Harris. Sarah Michelle Gellar was already in the... Well, presumably already in the movie.
What actress wasn't considered for the role of Julie?
I'm going to say Sarah Michelle Gellar because I'm going to assume that she was always in mind for Helen.
She actually auditioned.
This game is fucking dumb.
Is it though? Or is it
No,
the
not
players?
at all. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to yell at you.
All right, Daniel. So Melissa Joan Hart, she played Sabrina in Sabrina the Teenage Witch from the 90s. Sarah Michelle Gellar, who played Helen. Daniel Harris, who was in Urban Legend, your new favorite movie. Or Katie Holmes. She was in one of the Batman movies. She was in Dawson's Creek. She was married to
I'm
Tom
go with
Cruise.
Katie Holmes.
She was
Are you
not
fucking
considered.
serious?
Sarah Michelle Gellar, Melissa Joan Hart, and Daniel Harris were all considered for the role of Julie James that eventually went to Jennifer Love Hewitt. A lot of triple names for these ladies. Melissa Joan Hart, Sarah Michelle Gellar, Jennifer Love Hewitt.
Clarissa, you could explain a thing or two to me.
What's that?
I'm sorry.
Are you talking dirty?
Melissa Joan Hart? Yeah, Clarissa explains it all.
Yes, she was. All right, Daniel, this is your question.
Mm-hmm.
What scene caused production to be shut down because Jennifer Love Hewitt got so upset while filming? The car accident scene in the beginning of the film, when Max was found in the trunk, Barry freaking out at home, or when they find out that Helen is dead?
Fuck. I knew this the other day, too. Say it again.
How the fuck would you know this? The car accident scene, when they murder, or presumably murder the fisherman, whatever the fuck. When Max was found in the trunk of her car, Barry freaking out at home, or when they find out that Helen is dead?
I'm going to go with Barry freaking out at home.
All right, Matt. So what scene caused production to be shut down because Jennifer Love Hewitt got so upset during filming? Car accident scene, when Max was found in the trunk, or when they find out that Helen is dead?
Max in the trunk.
So she was not aware that Jonathan Gadalecki, I don't know if I'm pronouncing his name correctly. First of all, they were good friends. They knew each other for years. She was not aware that he got a body cast or like a whole thing done up. And when she opened the trunk, she thought it was him in makeup and got so freaked out with the crabs coming out of his mouth and all that and him being all grossed out that she got so emotional seeing her friend dead in the back of her trunk that they had to shut down production because she couldn't calm down. Which I always find interesting because
you're an actor.
I mean, you literally are in the realm of make-believe, but I remembered, you're not a Game of Thrones fan, Matt. We have established this multiple times, but me and Dan are. So the guy who plays Jon Snow, Kit Harington, married this girl from the show named Ingrid. His character Jon Snow and her had a romantic relationship. every person on that show has gotten like a body cast on themselves. So he got, as an April Fool's prank, a cast of his head decapitated, and he put it in his fridge when for an April Fool's joke for his wife. She literally can see him, like she saw him that morning. She knows he's alive, but she opened the fridge and saw her decapitated husband and freaked the fuck out. Clearly, you know it's fake, but because you play in the realm of make-believe. But I guess when you see someone, like I would not want to see your head in the fridge or you in the back of the trunk.
Unless it just happened.
I would.
Well then, this trio just went down to a duo.
Or a quattro.
I
got nothing else. I'm sorry, I didn't think that went through.
That's fine. Matthew. I kind of hope you don't get this right because I don't have a bonus question. And you could potentially tie the game. What famous scream queen would come and visit Jennifer Love Hewitt every day and give her a hug when they were both working in North Carolina at the time? Neve Campbell, Jamie Lee Curtis, Heather Langenkamp, or Linda Blair?
That's actually a really hard question.
Right? Proud of myself for this one.
Could you say the question again, please?
I can. What famous scream queen would come and visit Jennifer Love Hewitt every day and give her a hug when they were both working in North Carolina? Neve Campbell, Jamie Lee Curtis, so many triple names, Heather Langenkamp, Linda Blair.
Heather Langenkamp. All right, you lucky piece of shit.
You are.
Linda
Blair?
Yeah.
Was there two Lindas on the list?
No.
I was saying, I don't believe you said Linda Cardellini. Not that she's a scream queen, but then why'd you have to clarify the fucking last name?
Do you know who Linda Blair is?
No, I just figured the other two were too famous to
She was
be
in The
there.
Exorcist. Why are you on this fucking podcast? You don't even know Linda.
Off by name? No, I didn't know.
Jamie Lee Curtis was the correct answer. She was working on a film and would come and see Jennifer Love Hewitt every day.
Too much of the obvious answer, so that's why I steered clear. But well played.
Thank you. So Daniel, you're the winner.
Woo!
I'm still up 9-6 on the season. Sorry, bud.
It's okay.
But you're catching up. You got that going for you?
Can I win? I don't know.
We have.
No, you totally can.
Yeah, you totally can. The longest
It's
season
still
ever.
literally anyone's season.
So now that we're done Questions of the Damned and all that good stuff, and then the final and next segment of this show is called Yay, Nay, or Slay, where we rate our feelings on the movie. So I'll go first. I'm going to give this a yay, nay, because it's like, this is like a one and doneer. I'm not going to go actively seek out this movie again, but I'm glad that I have it in my brain because I am a Kevin Williamson fan. I'm a huge Scream fan. Love mostly what he's written. I think this was just kind of like a little bit on the weaker side. We still have I Still Know What You Did Last Summer, and I Will Always Know What You Did Last Summer, and apparently a TV show. So it's like, clearly there's some popularity with this movie. So I'll give it a yay because I'm a kind person, and, I'm more forgiving than some.
There's a TV show?
There's a TV show.
Have you watched it?
I have not. It's probably canceled by the time this comes out, but we'll see.
Oh, guaranteed.
It's like the Scream TV show.
Have you watched that?
I think I watched like one episode of it, and like the lack of Neve Campbell just made me so sad that I couldn't get through it. But I'll give it a shot eventually.
I've heard that the Scream show is really good.
Yeah, I know. I think I'm gonna watch it eventually.
I believe one of our Instagram friends, I blame the movies. He says he really likes it, and
yeah.
I've heard it from countless other people too. I've never given it a fair shot, but I'd rather just watch cartoons, reruns of The Office and Simpsons.
Word. What do you think of this movie? What do you rate this movie, Daniel?
I'm gonna go with the nay, but I just think I also am a fan of Scream. I think it was probably written well, it just wasn't executed well.
I'm going with a nay also.
I figured as much.
There's no merit in watching this movie. Like, watch it if you want. I'm just not going to tell you to. There's no like cultural relevance to the time that it came out to really make it worthwhile watching. The story's not great.
I think you say the story's not great. That's where I think like it wasn't executed properly. Because if you think like if you go, all right, this can be a rated R horror movie. You have multiple sex scenes. You could have gone with if you want to go for the nudity, you could have had it. You go for how the way people were killed. So you could have gone with the extra gore and the blood and the suspense, but it was just really weak on that as well.
Mm-hmm.
So like that's where I think it just wasn't executed well. So I just think like the way that they interpreted the story really says a lot.
I agree. I like that viewpoint, to be honest with you, because like I feel like every movie is inevitably going to be rebooted, so just let's wait like 5 years for the I Know What You Did Last Summer, where it's the 4th movie, but they're just going to call it I Know What You Did Last Summer, and Jennifer Love Hewitt's back because Fisherman wants to fucking kill her again and all that other shit.
Yeah, like
So-
even though we joked about with like the killer's outfit, they could have had a better scene to show you why he was wearing that outfit. Like it could have just been like a sea of fishermen where it's like, oh, this is like what they have to wear every single day. You know, not just like, oh, why is this one guy wearing this outfit?
Yeah, like I said, I was in Maine every summer. My great-grandfather was a lobster fisherman. I have never seen anybody wear these. Ever. I've seen them wear waders.
Yeah, like the boots. I've definitely seen people wear the boots and the gloves.
Yellow raincoats. And that's about it. They don't wear the fucking hat. I've never seen the hat.
So going back a little bit, the I Know What You Did Last Summer TV show ran from October 15th to November 12th, 2021. That's it.
Okay. So yeah, it's already canceled.
Yep. So I didn't realize it was that recent, which kind of speaks volumes to the fucking TV show as a whole.
Oh yeah, for sure. That's the thing. I think, you know, it's interesting to go from a movie like Scream to this one and it be the same writer, obviously different directors, which I don't even think I mentioned who the director was. Don't remember, don't care.
I think it's pretty lame that it wasn't called Stab. Like they should have just called the show Stab.
Oh,
It's
the
like,
TV
That
show
actually
for
would have been
Scream.
a hell of
Yeah.
a lot better.
yeah.
Like Scream was a cultural phenomenon for horror fans, for moviegoers, for all that. It definitely revitalized horror films. I don't think horror films would look how they look today if not for that, you know, Uma Thurman adrenaline fucking needle to the heart, to be honest with you. That might be a stretch to some people, but I think it's
So
but then you have this movie and it's just kind of like
I always wonder
it's
when-
just,
when
nosedive.
I've seen that in like multiple movies where it's like that huge ass needle that's like 6 to 9 inches fucking long. And I think like, what if the person's super skinny? Like, won't you go through and through? Like, is there a possibility that you'll drive that thing through some skinny
Precious
person's
Daniel.
body?
Similar to a Tootsie Roll pop thingy. The world may never know.
Obviously, if you're stabbing, like, you're not going all the way down, right? But like in the movies, they're just like,
Well, in
you go all the way through that thing. I'm
you
like,
just answered your
just-
question in
Yeah.
the movie.
Yeah, but
That's like when you watch a fucking, you'll
I
watch.
haven't seen it in person, so
I understand,
don't know.
but what I'm saying is like every time we watch like a cartoon with our kids or like a Pixar movie or something, you're like, oh, plot hole, plot hole, plot hole. Why is that happening? And I'm like, it's a fucking cartoon.
The coyote should have died.
Yeah. Why the fuck? How did the fucking Wile E. Coyote survive when it just fell off a fucking cliff 75 million feet? It's a cartoon. And on that note, watch this movie if you want. It is, for whatever reason, listed amongst the greats. It is what it is. If you enjoy cheesy horror films, definitely up your alley. If you want something with more substance and hardcore acting, this is not the movie for you. That's all I have to say. Next time, we're going to be watching and discussing Urban Legend,
Dan's favorite movie.
Dan's fucking favorite movie. As you could hear, he could not find his ass from his elbow when it came to
Fucking
these
shit
two.
straight.
So he is actually in charge of that movie. Thank God. Just by, happenstance, he is in
I
charge
know
of it.
all the scenes.
Just walk out of the room if they're fucking.
Exactly.
Exactly.
That's what I would do.
And you'll find out what that means on the next one. So thank you for listening. Go to our show notes for all of our links. Support us if you want to. Bye.
See ya.
Smoke crack and worship Satan.
Oh, Jesus.
Just walk out the room.
Just walk out the fucking room. No one cares.
We're not talking about that movie, but just walk out of the fucking room if people are fucking.
Happy 4th of July, Julie.
Please, it was an accident.
I know all about accidents. And let me give you some advice. When you leave a man for dead, make sure he's really dead.